Happy New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, depending when you're seeing this. What's coming your way? Think or say out loud. I allow this reading, and let's find out what's coming through for you. All right, Spirit, let's see. Okay, let's get into this. Now, you could always hold up here somewhere for 2x if you want to speed it up. Because you moved away from mentalities and energies and people that were absolutely disgusting and hurtful to you, both emotionally and mentally, between gaslighting and emotional abuse that caused you to stay so stuck and so in your own way, almost through the gaslighting. You could have even gotten some PTSD from this last year, and nobody would blame you except the narcissists. So there's another way to know. You have done so good, though, because with all the toxicity and problems and fights that you had to deal with and unusual endings, you stood your ground and you caused yourself to have a victory after so much stalemate energy. All right, because you put yourself first. Finally, 111 on the timer as I say that, because you were like, nah, I'm moving out of this energy, I'm moving away from these people, I'm moving away from whatever this was that was breaking your mind, heart, soul. Now, you have decided to become, at some point throughout this year, you knew you had to be your own hero. 747 on the clock as I say this. So between transformation of your life throughout this year, from caterpillar to dragonfly, so to speak, you got away from the really toxic people. And by this point, you know who they are. And if somebody tries to pop up in 2025, you are absolutely going to be like, nah, we ain't playing that. And you're not going to even accept it any longer. You're not ever going to have to tolerate or deal with the bullshit you've done in the past. I want you to understand that when we say done in the past, it's like the things that you had to handle, be submerged in. It was all tests for the soul, having to do with previous soul contracts you promised to handle and let it finish out. Now all of those are done. All those people showed who they are at a soul level. You showed your soul. You won, as you know, because in all those situations, you wouldn't have had to walk away from anybody if they were also just being a good person. You would have communicated and you would have healed and made it happen. You were too much of a loving, giving soul so for you to have been like, now I'm out, you know, whether anybody has been telling the truth about it or not, you know in your heart of hearts that you would have kept fighting and communicating and handling it if you could have, but they were not that person, whoever they were. And it doesn't really matter anymore, because you are now moving on very, very fast to a new destiny. Dreams come true. You have been fantasizing about this reality for so long, and it's now here. 3, 2, 1, blast off as I say this. So the wheel is everything moving in the right direction for you, everything turning in your favor finally. I keep seeing like that big vault thing that would circle, like on one of those old school Price is Right shows where you'd spin the thing and it would open, and the huge vault door would open. That's kind of how the wheel energy is like. It's unlocking that huge new chapter of your life where there is a new chapter full of love. There is a new love life coming in with a true union. This is the life that you have been always dreaming of. Now, it might not look exactly as you've always been dreaming. Manifesting is aiming for the constellations, and no matter what, you know you're landing amongst the stars. And it's not like, oh, it can only be Polaris, so otherwise, if it's near Constopia, I'm not going to be okay. You don't care? By the way, some of you are in astrology, not otherwise. That would not. Astronomy, astrology. You have beautiful new coming in. You handled all of your karma, all the generational curse breaking stuff that you had to do. So that's why blessings are now coming in, because you dealt with every dark night of the soul in such a beautiful way where you weren't fighting And every time it was supposed to be a blessing and it turned out to not be the celebration and not be what you thought it should be, when people took your whatever from you, it's all being brought back to you 100-fold, babe. All right? Look, you got the Empress and the Emperor. So this is also saying to me that 2024, you fought so hard to heal not only your feminine wounds, but your masculine wounds. Everybody's got some and some, no matter your pronouns, no matter your identity, gender identity stuff, okay? But this is also saying that with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups that have come out already, you are finally having your kingdom spouse relationship timeline finally here. You both had to fight through all these different layers and levels to be able to finally get to this thriving stage of life. Now, there are still going to be some moments and some hiccups along the way. Mars is still in retrograde until February 23rd, 2025. All right. So keep working on you. Keep healing you, doing what you need to do for you. Three of Pentacles is saying that there are people who have seen your glow up, seen how much you have overcome and accomplished, even though in some cases it might seem to you like, no, all I did was survive. You survived when plenty of other people never woulda. All right. So try to give yourself a little more credit, because you had a dark, dark night of the soul. And now you've leveled up into such a compassionate leader for your own self. When things need to be done, you step up to the plate as you always have, but better than ever before. You didn't shut your heart down. You didn't say, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to go cold because I once dealt with a narcissist and I had a bad childhood, so I'm going to be a jerk to everybody else no matter what. You're like, no. I'm going to heal myself so that I can show no matter what, I am the healthy one. I am going to break this so that I am not going into 2025 being like those that were horrible to me. You decided to step up to the plate. And boy, are you getting the most beautiful justice and victory. Look at that. You got the World and the Wheel. So this is fated, destined, and absolutely turning in your favor. 2025 is the year. It is the year, the beginning of your thriving season of life. It's not a new chapter. It's a brand new book called Me 2.0. You 2.0. You are so much more capable of handling this upcoming year than you might feel. And it doesn't matter what demons, devils, or whatever tries to come before you. Your light will shine through and win, as it always has. Because remember, you made it to 2025 when there were moments where you weren't sure. You had faith and you believed and you knew God and Spirit and Source would take care of it. But you didn't see the way out. You just knew there was one, because you didn't tap out. And I'm very, very proud of you. You won wars more than you understand. And you helped win a huge spiritual war for all of us. More than you could possibly imagine at this time. Because the light is shining brighter and brighter. And part of that is because of you healing and evolving up. And standing in the truth and strength. Becoming your own hero. Showing others how to be an example of good. Because also remember, you being that much of a light and love healed, and then getting into union with someone who's equally healed. Imagine the ripple effect of gloriousness that puts out, which is why the war started in the first place. The dark side of things was like, no way, we can't have that much love and light on this planet. We could never survive that. Aha, we'll try to stop them. And that's what we've been fighting against all this time. That's why they gave karmics to everybody, trying to keep you distracted and thinking it might be the right one. You woke up. You fought through. Think of Aurora and her prince having to deal with Maleficent and the dragon in the cartoon. They kept fighting through because they weren't going to settle for a yucky disillusion. And neither would you. That's why 2025 is your winning season, your thriving season, your victory lap of life. And I'm so proud of you.